So, we getting out of this hellhole?
We're gonna try. Weather seems stable.
And we just robbed the Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there, no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
Shut up and go do your job.
Micah, get over here!
Yes, boss.
You two ride up ahead, make sure there's no surprises. We've had enough of those.
Me? With the boy?
Just go.
Come on, kid. You can buy me a whiskey.
Get us out the stream. Gotta keep us moving, but calm.
Ah, shit!
Okay, let's take a look.
You all right back there? Does everything look all right?
Well, what's going on?
Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel.
All right, let's get it fixed.
You need help?
I reckon we can handle it.
After fixing the wheel, Arthur, Hosea, and Charles drive along the river as Hosea tells the history of how the Native Americans in the area had their land brutally stolen until they find the rest of the gang in the new camp.
You weren't wrong, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made mistakes over the years, Hosea. Every last one of us. But I kept us together. Kept us alive. Kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck, east of the Grizzlies and out of money, and a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother, but we are safe. We make a bit of money here. Then we move again, head out around them, be west of Uncle Sam. In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
Gentlemen, I'm going to head into the local town and, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow.
The gang are out of the mountains. Now, they need to find work to both provide the gang with the resources it needs to survive and to make enough money to allow the gang to retire from their criminal life and start a new, free one in the West. The nearest town to find work is Valentine. However, the chaos of the past few weeks of running from the law and robbing a train has taken its toll on the gang. So, 4 of the boys head to the saloon to relax instead.
Arthur, come over here. I want you to meet our friends.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, ain't you just a tough-as-teak mountain man?
Oh, you be quiet, Anastasia. Anyone can tell this one is a pussy cat.
Exactly, yes, he's a pussy cat. Ain't that so, Arthur?
Whatever you say. How much you cost, anyway?
Well, ain't that a nice way to talk to a lady?
Oh, I didn't know I was talking to a lady.
Excuse me.
Well, I must say, you got a fine way with the women, amigo.
Yeah, regular dandy and a charmer. Where's Bill?
Oh, man, I dread to think about it. Hey! There he is.
Watch where you're going. Take it easy,
Are you about to
pal.
kiss that guy or punch him?
Oh, and we have our answer.
Come here, you. You filthy bastard.
greaser. I will bury you! Yeah, I get like a Jesus. We can deal with these fellas. Go get You want some too, huh? Come on, pretty boy. Pretty boy? You're kidding me. Pretty boy?
Stop! Stop! Please! Please! I beg you, stop! Come, sir. You won the fight already. Surely that's enough.
What business is it of yours?
No business. No business, sir, but please, I beg you.
After the fight, Dutch finds Arthur and brings another member, Trelawney, with him. Now you may be wondering, who is Trelawney? Well, he's not like the other members. He doesn't stay in camp and only shows up every now and then. The only reason Dutch keeps him around is for his information, and it is his information that helps the gang find out that the missing member Shine is being transported on a boat up the Upper Montana River and then to federal prison. So, Javier and Charles go to investigate, while Arthur decides to do some easier activities with other members. So, Arthur goes hunting with Hosea and gets obliterated by a bear, then he goes back to camp and decides he wants to do something a little more calm. So, he goes to meet with the gang's laziest member, Uncle. Yes, that is his name.
Ow! Oh, oh! Careful not to work yourself to death there, Uncle.
I was thinking.
Yeah, does it pay well?
Oh, eventually.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Well, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Hey, you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Sure. I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
You gonna take the old man into town? Take us too?
Well, what you got planned?
Nothing. We'll find something for y'all to do. We always do.
We're bored out of our minds. Been cooped up here for 2 weeks now. Karen's about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss Grimshaw spare you?
Can Miss Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on then.
It's in Valentine. The girls split up to find work while Arthur and Uncle go to the general store.
You are a sad man, Arthur Morgan. But I know you love me.
Desperately. You're my favorite parasite. No. Ringworm's my favorite parasite. You're my second favorite parasite.
Very funny.
I lied. Ringworm. Then rats with the plague. Then you.
Shut up. This is the place now. Come on.
A couple hours pass, and soon Mary Beth comes to tell Arthur that she has a lead for a train robbery and that Tilly and Karen have been gone for an unusually long time. Tilly is then seen being taken behind a hotel, so Arthur goes to see what's happening. He finds a man forcing Tilly to her back against a wall and threatening her. Why? Because she killed his cousin. But that's a story for another time. Arthur intervenes and frees Tilly. Tilly then tells Arthur Karen's inside the hotel, so he heads inside to a room in which he finds Karen getting thrown on the ground by a man. Once again, Arthur intervenes and frees Karen. As everyone gets ready to head back to camp, Arthur is then recognized by a stranger from Blackwater. The stranger is going to report it to the law, so Arthur is then forced to chase after him until he eventually falls off a cliff.
Why are you telling lies about me?
No. I got it wrong, partner. I got it very wrong. Now, please help me up.
I ain't never been in Blackwater.
Then why are you chasing me?
I've got an unfortunate face.
Yes, me too. Now please pull me up, please.
All right, come on.
You saved my life. You're a good man, and
That's very kind of you. But I'm not a good man, Jimmy Brooks. Not usually. You see, I was in Blackwater. I kill people. And maybe I should have killed you. Should I have killed you, Jimmy Brooks?
Me? I never saw you. Not now, not never. I think we have an understanding.
Of course we do.
Arthur then heads south to the southern part of West Elizabeth, an area that is crawling with Pinkertons and where Arthur is wanted dead or alive. You see, southern West Elizabeth is the home of Blackwater, the town where the disastrous ferry robbery took place. So it only makes sense for the 1800s version of the FBI to want Arthur dead if he makes an appearance. Despite this, he makes an appearance and meets up with Charles, Javier, and Trelawney to rescue the captured member Sean. Trelawney shows the gang where the boat holding Sean is and where it's going. So, the gang follow the boat until Sean is unloaded and transferred to the ground. Then, a shootout between the guards and the gang begins until eventually Sean is rescued at the guards' camp.
Do we get a hug, Arthur? A warm embrace for a lost brother now found.
You know, nothing means more to me than this gang, the bond we share. It's the most real thing to me. I would kill for it, I would happily die for it. But in spite of all of that, I would have easily left you here to rot if Charles hadn't stopped me.
I don't believe a word of that, Arthur.
Get him out of here.
You're a great man, Arthur Morgan. The kind of young whippersnapper can really admire.
Oh, shut up. Right, we should split up.
The gang then throw a party back at camp for Sean's safe return. A few days pass, and Arthur decides to interrogate the Kenneth O'Driscoll in camp to find out where Colm O'Driscoll is.
You got some speaking to do of your own. Not that old gang of yours.
I said, I told you, I don't know nothing.
That's what I thought.
Whoa, hold your horses there. It seems the cat has got our friend here's tongue. I was thinking Mr. Williamson could have a word.
You ready to talk, boy?
I told you, mister. I told all of you. I don't know nothing, okay? They ain't no friends of mine. I just been ridden with them for a while.
Horseshit! You see, we heard that part, so how about you tell the truth? That's what you want me to do.
Hurt him, so the next time he opens his mouth, it is to tell us what is going on. Who am I kidding? One of O'Driscoll's boys couldn't open his mouth, but he'd tell a lie. Screw it. Let's just have some fun. Geld him.
Oh, yeah! What's he doing? Where's he going?
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. You know, in Imperial Rome, eunuchs was among the happiest and most loyal of courtiers.
No, you kidding me, right?
Of course.
You sick bastard! Oh, what do you want from me?
Well, you are gonna talk. The only question is now or after we got these little fellas off.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll's holed up, and you're right. He don't like you any more than you like him. He's at Sixpoint Cabin. I'll take you there. Serious, I don't like him. I mean, I like him even less than I like you, no offense.
Oh, none taken.
Okay then, partner. Why don't you take a few of us up there right now?
Bill, Arthur, and Kieran then ride out towards Sixpoint Cabin. Once there, the gang stealthily take out a few O'Driscolls until they're found out and get in another massive shootout. Of course, they win, and Arthur goes to search inside the cabin for Colm. Instead of finding Colm, he is ambushed by an O'Driscoll and is on the brink of death until Kieran shoots said O'Driscoll. Because of this, Arthur allows Kieran to stay with the gang where he is safe from the O'Driscolls. Once back at camp, Lenny rushes in with some urgent news.
They got Micah! Dutch! Arthur!
What's going on?
They got Micah. He's been arrested for murder. He was in Strawberry.
It's okay, son. Breathe.
They nearly lynched me. They got Micah and the sheriffs in Strawberry. And there's talk of hanging him.
Here's hoping. Arthur, what? The fool brought this on himself. You know my feelings about him, Dutch.
You think I can't see past his bluster to the heart inside? He is a fine man.
No, I ain't saving that fool.
I can't go. My face will be all over West Elizabeth. I am asking. He would do it for you.
I don't think he would, but fine, all right.
Arthur.
You okay, Lenny?
Yeah, of course I'm okay.
You don't seem okay.
You take that kid into town. Valentine, not Strawberry. Get him drunk. And Arthur, no crazy business.
I've given that up.
And you get Micah out of that jail.
Lenny and Arthur then ride out to the same saloon that he had previously had the fight in, and both get extremely drunk, which leads to Arthur losing Lenny.
That's the thing, you see, because it... Lenny? away from me! Now! Lenny, where are you at? Come here, boy. Leave the kid alone, you goddamn animals.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Nobody. I'm talking to nobody.
What did you say?
What?
I said, what did you say?
Get lost, buddy. Shut up, mister.
Yeah, shut your mouth, mister.
Lenny! Lenny! You bastard! Been looking all over for you, Lenny. Huh? Oh, Lenny! Found you, Lenny!
There they are! There they are! Micah!
Come here, drunken fool!
The bastard!
Get out, take me alive!
You! Stop right now, you drunken fool!
I said stop! You'll never take me alive!
Arthur wakes up far from Valentine, hungover after escaping the law. He then heads back to camp where he finds a letter from his ex Mary Linton. But first, he must save Micah as he promised Dutch he would. Arthur reluctantly heads to Strawberry and finds Micah in a basement jail cell.
Arthur! Arthur!
Hello, old friend. Had a good time, did you?
You going to get me out of here?
I ain't decided yet.
Real funny.
Oh, I ain't joking, cowpoke. I heard so much bluster out of your mouth these last 6 months. And now, I got an opportunity to watch you be silenced.
Well, you gotta do something.
Why?
I always looked up to you, Arthur.
Well, that's your first mistake. Listen, there's one little problem. There's only one of me, and there's a whole town full of people wanting to see you swing.
You got to do something, Arthur.
After tearing open the wall, Micah proceeds to shoot up half the town and brutally murder at least 6 people until he and Arthur are forced to flee on horses. Eventually, they lose the law and Micah offers Arthur a gift.
I'm giving you a holster. It's my way of saying thank you. And thank you. There I was, having a dull day only for you. To liven it up by letting me help you shoot up half a town.
You're a funny fella, Arthur. Real funny. Why you act all sour all the
Yeah,
time?
well, you ain't funny at all, so why you gotta act like the court
All
jester?
right, listen. I'm sorry, but we're family now. Arthur, you and me. Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes, brothers make mistakes.
Arthur then heads back to camp. Once there, Strauss asks him to go retrieve some debts. So he does, and after collecting a few debts, he goes to the final debtor, Thomas Downs. Downs doesn't have the money, so Arthur gets aggressive. This leads Downs, who is sick, to cough on Arthur. However, this doesn't affect Arthur, who almost beats Downs to death. Arthur leaves and returns in a few days for the money. When he gets back, he learns that Downs has died and the family had to sell the house to pay his debts. Arthur doesn't care, however, and takes the money. Arthur then heads back to camp and robs a stagecoach with Hosea. Then he heads back again and learns of plans of another robbery from John.
Uncle told me something about a train.
What did he say?
Mary Beth overheard something about a train full of wealthy folk rolling down through Scarlet Meadows just south of the state border.
Yes.
Need help with it?
I ain't even sure about doing it.
Come on. At night, not too guarded, it's perfect.
Nah, I ain't thought it through. You know, stopping a train, pain in the ass.
Sure. But what if we could force a train to stop?
Well, of course.
We get a wagon full of something flammable, oil. Put it on the tracks. They see it. They know they either have to stop or die. Ain't no train driver wants to be cooked alive.
That is kind of brilliant. For you. That is a real idea. I think that's the first time you ever had one of them.
Shut up.
You might be the first bastard is to ever have half his brains eaten by a wolf and end up more intelligent.
After getting the wagon, Arthur, John, Charles, and Sean meet in the night. They then ride out and stop the wagon on the tracks. Soon, the train comes around the corner and is forced to stop. The four then rob the train's passengers and their luggage until the law finds them.
We said you men come out now. There's only 2 of you fools. We got a whole lot less to lose. Why don't the 2 of you ride away? That way neither of you get killed. Goddamn liberties.
There's a few more to turning up.
Damn my big mouth.
After escaping the abnormally large amount of law, the four make their way back to camp and split the money between each other and the rest of the gang. Arthur is then asked to take John's son Jack fishing since John doesn't pay attention to him. Arthur reluctantly accepts and they head down to a river nearby. After catching a couple of fish, 2 men show up.
What a fine young man. And in such complex circumstances. Arthur, isn't it? Arthur Morgan?
Who are you?
Yes, Arthur Morgan, Vanderlyn's most trusted associate. Agent Milton, Agent Ross, Pinkerton Detective Agency, seconded to the United States government. Nice to finally meet. We know a lot about you.
Do you?
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan. There's $5,000 for your head alone.
$5,000? For me? Can I turn myself in?
We want Vanderlyn.
Old Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so. Because I heard a guy fitting his description robbed a train belonging to Leviticus Cornwall up near Granite Pass.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently not. Listen. This is my offer, Mr. Morgan. Bring in Vanderlyn, and you have my word you won't swing.
Oh, I ain't gonna swing anyways, Agent
Milton.
You see, I haven't done anything wrong, aside from not playing the games to your rules.
You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savagely. All of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others.
Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your fishing, kid. While you still can.
Arthur then brings Jack back to camp and informs Dutch of the Pinkerton incident. Dutch is worried but doesn't think they should move camps, so Arthur heads to Valentine where John has plans to rustle some sheep. The 2 then ride out to a cliff where Arthur shoots near the sheep herd to scare off the herders. It works and the 2 head down to corral the sheep and bring them back to the stockyards. Once there, the stockyard owner recognizes the sheep and that they are stolen. However, he was still paid the 2 but at half the price. John accepts and Arthur gets mad, but they get over it after John tells Arthur they are to meet Dutch in another saloon in Valentine.
Gentlemen.
Dutch, Leopold.
Where have you been?
Working. Marston's thing.
Good. And?
We're just waiting to get some pay on a few sheep.
Leopold, my good friend, as long as you're here, why don't you and John go make sure there ain't no funny business?
Of course.
Gentlemen?
Drink?
Sure.
Nothing like talking to old Strauss to make you want to blow your own brains out. I should have left him where I found him all those years ago. Bookish little Austrian, fresh off the boat, his eyes out on stalks.
Well, I guess the Dutch Vanderlyn Finishing School has some strange graduates.
That it does. To your good health.
Thank you.
Vanderlyn! Get out here! Get out here now! Vanderlyn! You don't know me, but you keep robbing me! My name is Leviticus Cornwall. I am not a man to be messed with by the likes of you! Get out here before I have these men killed! What do you think? Get out here,
Well,
you depraved piece of trash!
You start spinning the yarn. When I think the moment's right, I'll make a
I
move.
got where I am by letting
Why
scum
not?
like you rob from me! Vanderlyn, you're done! Now get out here now! Deal with this nonsense. Please, gentlemen, This is a terrible mistake. This is a case of mistaken identity. What is worse than admonishing a man for the sins of another who wants to be the Messiah?
After shooting their way through the town, the four escape the law and head back to camp. They can't stay here now. Eventually, the law will catch up to them. But no one in this gang is familiar with the land besides Micah. So, he tells Dutch of a new place where he thinks the gang can set up camp far from Horseshoe Overlook and across state lines.